News Watch 12 at 10 starts now.
Welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. We will hear from President Trump on his visit to Kenosha and take a look back at the school changes in just a minute. But first, we have an update on that body found yesterday at the Wausau Hydro Dam. Wausau police say investigators completed their recovery efforts and preliminary investigation around 4:30 yesterday evening. They say the body now is that of an adult man. Police say an autopsy was performed today. They have identified the person. They have just not released the name just yet until the family has been notified. Police say the cause of death was determined to be a drowning. Foul play is not suspected. Today, thousands of students across the North Woods in central Wisconsin are back in school for the first time in more than 5 months. Of course, things are a little different this year because of COVID-19. In Rhinelander, students were greeted by teachers and school administrators wearing masks as they exited the bus and parent drop-off areas this morning. And signs were posted both inside and outside the school reminding everyone to keep a safe distance from each other, wear a mask, and wash your hands. More school districts will begin the new year after Labor Day weekend. In recent years, active shooter drills have become more common at schools across the country. One question some people are asking has been, do the precautions change now because of COVID-19? Newswatch 12's Rachel Eiler spoke to local school officials today to find out.
Good morning, 8th graders. It's Ms. Boomer talking to you from her living room.
For the past 6 months, staying safe from COVID-19 by staying home was students' new norm. But before that,
this is a lockdown, locks lights out of sight.
Preparing for an active shooter in their classroom was the reality. And as kids return to campus, those two very real threats greet them, both potentially dangerous.
A lot of these things you don't talk about in normal situations.
Rhinelander School District Superintendent Eric Burke says it's been a thought in the district's mind.
If this happens, what do you do? If this happens, what do you do?
Looking for guidance from state officials to answer those questions.
So the recommendations that we've been providing schools: slow things down, divide up the drill into different sections of the building or different times during the school day, and really focus on providing additional space for students if they are going to practice an evacuation.
And they're doing just that.
Our administrators have been talking about is having individual classrooms practice these instead of the whole school practicing at once. Students have an awareness of what they need to do, but it won't be school-wide, it'll be more classroom-based.
But the DOJ adds that recommended protocols for COVID-19 in classrooms may be at odds if that potential shooter becomes real.
During the circumstances, what is the greater danger? If we're talking about a drill, there's a way that we can sit down and do it in a very thoughtful and planned out way to make sure that the students are practicing the skills that they need without exposing themselves to any physical health risk. But when we're talking about an actual crisis or an attack that's happening inside of a school, even if we're talking about a weather event, obviously their immediate physical safety concern is going to be what gets addressed right now rather than being concerned about exposure to COVID.
Wisconsin has previously faced 8 school shootings since 2009, the most recent being at Waukesha South High School in 2019. Before that, a gunman opened fire on Anago High School students as they were leaving their school prom. With the increase of gun purchases during the pandemic and students not having a stable routine or access to support resources, the DOJ will continue to monitor possible school threats while schools continue to adapt to new procedures.
This is an opportunity in school for learning and also discussing about what you would do. And I think a big part of it is if you talk about it and you learn about it, then if it ever would happen, and hopefully it never happens, you're ready to act.
That's Rachel Eiler reporting outside. Jeff, things were a little cooler today.
Yeah, most of us topped out in the 60s today. A couple of 70s mixed in here as well. Tomorrow we'll go for low 70s, but there are cooler temperatures on the way. Looking outside right now, so it will not be as cool as it was last night. We had lows down near 40 tonight, near 50. 57 already in Rhinelander, 55 for Anago. We'll have lows tonight down near 50 and rebound nicely tomorrow. There are lots of clouds out there currently, even a couple sprinkles across Portage County right now, but the clearing line is just off to the west of us. We'll get some more sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. Your forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies to mostly clear skies for a few hours and low temperatures down near 51. Your full forecast is coming up. Justin?
Yesterday, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services reported the least new COVID-19 cases in almost 3 months. Today, DHS reports the most new cases in more than 2 weeks. and Marathon County reported its 14th death. DHS reports 981 new cases today after less than 300 yesterday. However, the percent of positive cases only rose by a little more than 1%. The biggest difference was the number of tests, which are varying a lot from day to day. In our 12-county north central Wisconsin region, DHS reports 25 people are currently in the hospital because of COVID-19, 12 of those in the ICU. 9 more patients have COVID tests pending. Over the last several months, many businesses and people have been doing a lot more cleaning in hopes of preventing the spread of COVID-19. Hotels are no exception. Quality Inn in Rhinelander has their housekeepers at work using a lot of bleach. Hotel officials say the housekeepers aren't servicing guests during their stay these days, but the period between stays gives them time to make sure everything is germ-free.
It used to be a lot easier, of course. Now it takes a little longer for the rooms to get cleaned. You know, the housekeeping staff has to wear special clothes because they're ruining their clothes so much with all the bleach.
The hotel has also invested in an iodizer for extra cleaning. Guests are also asked to wear masks in the lobby. COVID-19 has changed the way many people do business, changed many things, including healthcare. Harmony Healthcare IT recently surveyed 2,000 Americans on the topic of telehealth to learn more about their experiences with the healthcare method and if they plan to continue to use it even after the COVID-19 pandemic eventually ends. Newswatch 12's Zach White has details.
The study from Harmony Healthcare IT found 71% of respondents said they're fearful to visit a doctor's office right now due to a COVID-19. 67% have used telehealth since the pandemic began, with an average of almost 3 televisits per person. Content strategist Matthew Zajahowski said that's up from only 46% using telehealth prior to the COVID-19 pandemic.
We wanted to survey people about the topic of telehealth and telemedicine since a lot of people have turned to these, virtual doctor visits, specifically during the COVID-19 pandemic.
According to the study, 63% of patients were apprehensive about their first telehealth appointment, while 72% ultimately enjoyed the experience, which Zajahowski says is due to the idea of something going wrong.
Mainly because they're worried about either being misdiagnosed or maybe, their doctor missing something over, the kind of virtual meeting as opposed to an in-office visit.
The top responses for what patients like most about telehealth are convenience, safety, flexibility, less wait time, comfort of being at home, easier to schedule follow-ups, and better communication. 60% of respondents said they'll continue to use telehealth post-COVID-19, and 52% said they would see a doctor more often if they could use telehealth in the future. Zajahowski says he sees this potentially becoming more popular in the future, but improvements need to be made.
What we're seeing from this data is a lot of people are receptive of the idea of it, but I think there's still a lot of kinks to work out about it.
Reporting in the Northwoods, Zach White, Newswatch 12.
President Trump made a visit to Wisconsin today, talking to business owners and emergency responders in Kenosha. Hear what he had to say coming up. But first, Jeff has your full forecast. That's next on Newswatch 12 at 10.
Do this? Do this? Do this? Do this drunk? No way. That's crazy. Do that? Do that? Do that drunk? Dude, that would be really crazy.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. Time's running out to buy America's best-selling brand with our best deals of the summer. Get great offers across the Ford lineup. Shop online or in person. But hurry while selection is best. The Ford Summer Sales Event ends September 7th. Choose FlexBuy and get Fusion with 0% financing for 66 months plus $3,000 bonus cash, or lease one for just $199.
In 2016, I voted for Donald Trump. I said, maybe we can give him a try. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? No. I like Joe Biden. He understands people that are going through bad situations. He's been through quite a few of them himself. There's really no comparison Trump only cares about himself. Joe Biden cares about the people.
AB PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Yeah, well, look what I did this weekend, huh?
Your weekends brought to you by American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Check them out in the largest showroom in the USA. Buy or trade into a new boat and get out on the water today, and we'll give you the best deal. Guaranteed by at least $500. Get the most out of your weekends with American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
Well, if you woke up early, you were treated to this today. Lots of sunshine early, but then the clouds came out and stuck with us all day long today. That held temperatures back in the 60s for most of us, although a couple of you got into the 70s today. Most of us do it again tomorrow, a bit warmer, followed by a big cool down coming for us next week. Looking at highs today, 65 is all we did here on the first day of September in Rhinelander, 71 Wisconsin Rapids, 75 the typical warm spot in Wapaka. So you get the idea. Below average today, average high being 74. Not many of us did that. And we're cooling off, but not as bad as it was last night. Lows down near 40 last night. Tonight down near 50. Already 55 in Anago, 60 in Wausau, 53 in Medford. So you get what's going on. Cool pool of air across Wisconsin right now. But if you like cooler temperatures, you're living in the right state. If you hang on to some heat, yeah, not a good time for you, because here we go. You ready? Cooler temperatures are on the way. It's going to happen pretty quickly as well. 74 tomorrow, 68 for Thursday, 66 for Friday. You're thinking, all right, but then the weekend get here, 72, good, right? But then right back down Monday, Tuesday, and it looks like we'll have high temperatures through much of next work week in the 50s. That will give us some low temperatures in the 30s, and that is going to make things feel a bit like fall around here. Looking outside right now, though, still a couple of sprinkles out there. The air is very dry, but still a couple clouds out there and a few sprinkles across central Wisconsin. The back edge of the clouds, though, is right there. You see it really clearly there, moving across parts of Wisconsin now. So look for partly cloudy skies tonight, even a few hours of mostly clear skies before we get some more clouds in here tomorrow, as there is a little system way off to the west of us now, but tomorrow should stay partly cloudy, followed by an increase in clouds tomorrow night, with a good chance for some rain showers getting in here late tomorrow night from that guy right there. It's going to swoop through and kind of cool us off for a couple days, and then also bring us a chance for a few showers and storms getting into late Wednesday into Thursday. But until then, tomorrow's going to be a pretty nice day until this thing approaches tomorrow evening, brings us some cloud cover and some rain showers late tomorrow night. It's also going to kick up the wind. The atmosphere is very energized right now. We could have wind gusts tomorrow out of the southwest ahead of the front, near 30 miles per hour. Behind the front on Thursday, winds could gust out of the northwest around 25 to 30 miles per hour. The forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies to partly cloudy skies, with low temperatures down near 50 and a south breeze around 5 to 10 for tomorrow. Okay, so here we go, ahead of the front, right? So partly cloudy skies, breezy and warmer. That west wind could gust near 30. That'll make some waves on the lakes tomorrow, with high temperatures near 74. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Rose Furniture and Mattress shows rain chances go up late tomorrow night into early parts of Thursday. That should clear out of here, though, by noon on Thursday, giving us a pretty nice day. Friday as well. Saturday, too, 72. And then look at Sunday, a good chance for showers and storms. That's the cold front that will send us into the 50s through much, if not all, of next week. Justin?
President Trump was in Wisconsin today, visiting Kenosha to talk to law enforcement and tour businesses damaged in the recent violence following the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Protests have been going on there for more than a week now, though reports on the ground tonight say they have been mostly calm this evening. Nadia Romero has details.
I'm committed to helping Kenosha rebuild.
President Trump pledging to give $1 million to Kenosha law enforcement and vowing during his visit to Kenosha, Wisconsin Tuesday to help rebuild businesses destroyed during the protests there.
I'm also providing nearly $4 million to support these small businesses that I talked about today that got burned up, burned down. And we're going to be providing over $42 million to support public safety statewide.
Despite pleas from the governor and local officials to visit at a later time, the president came and his visit was met with opposition. Protesters on both sides clashing on the streets. Jacob Blake's friends and family slammed the president's visit as a campaign stunt.
It is the same reason he visited Portland, He is here to sow chaos and fear.
Jacob Blake should have been the primary purpose and the primary focus. That is what's causing this country to be in an uproar.
President Trump did not meet with Jacob Blake nor his family during his visit, saying the family wanted lawyers involved.
I didn't get to speak to the mother. I hear she's a fine woman. I've heard that from the pastor.
In Kenosha, Wisconsin, I'm Nadia Romero reporting.
High school sports are back in action across much of Wisconsin. We'll show you how one local swimming standout has been adjusting to all this year's changes. That's after the break.
You don't have to postpone feeling your best. Now's the time to take excellent care of your health with Aspirus. We have all the right protective measures in place, so there's no need to delay important screenings and procedures. Can't leave home? Aspirus offers flexible care options from your phone, tablet, or computer. Visit aspirus.org to schedule today and learn more about the steps we're taking to protect your health. Because we love, we lead. Aspirus.
Huge online auction includes 500 firearms, collector boats, restored cars, antiques, ammo, gas pumps, clocks, tools, and much more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
Everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun with prices so low you'll have to bend over to see them. Prices that'll make your eyes pop out. Want to sleep watching TV? Check out our recliners. You want to pass out face first in a sofa? Check out our sofas. And beds. We've got beds! Check us out! Prices so low you'll think we're crazy! Because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun!
Scranton is a long way from Wall Street. You won't find skyscrapers or big city bankers, just hard-working people. That's where Joe Biden's story starts. It's why he's running for president, for the backbone of this nation, working families. Donald Trump, he's in it for himself and his wealthy friends. In this crisis, we need to help workers and small businesses, and we need a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
I'm surrounded by smart, strong women at home and at work, and I'm better for it. A secure, confident man can support and learn from the hardworking women around him. Step aside, watch them soar. The more you see her, the more you know.
You're watching NBC 12 from where you live.
Coming up on your Wednesday, we'll try some tasty cheeses courtesy of Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin.
And that sounds very good. Your weather coming up. We have more sunshine in store before a big cool down. Your full forecast coming up on your Wednesday.
Sports Watch 12 starts now.
Back to school means back to the pool for the area swim teams. Riley Allborn of Lakeland Union is hoping to get back to the state meet, if there is one at all this year. Andrew Goldstein has more.
As long as we're here and we're together, I think that's what makes it fun to me.
Riley Allborn does her best work around her teammates. So when coronavirus made the Lakeland Union Junior practice on her own, it made swimming a lot less enjoyable.
It was hard to do it on my own because we're not having fun like we would in the pool.
Now that Allborn is back, she'll focus on improving the times that got her to 4 events at the state swim meet last year, including a 6th place finish with the 200-yard freestyle relay team.
I think it's going to be easier because we haven't been around each other for so long, so it's going to be a lot more fun and we're not as conditioned to it.
But nobody is sure that there's even going to be a state meet this season.
That's one of our biggest questions that a group of us coaches had talked about in the GNC. How do you keep your top swimmers motivated?
With the future uncertain, head coach Chris Garcia has shifted her team's focus from competing against others to competing against themselves.
Right now, we're going to focus on maybe some school records, definitely some relay records.
And Riley will once again chase those goals surrounded by her team, which she hopes to never be apart from again.
It's 4 short years and it's 2 short months out of those 4 years, and it made me appreciate them a lot more.
In Minocqua, Andrew Goldstein, Newswatch 12.
Now, the Brewers are currently 2 games under 500 and trail the Cubs by 4 games for the top spot in the NL Central. But they have a good chance getting back to 500 this week as they host the worst team in baseball from last year, the Detroit Tigers. But the Tigers are not nearly as bad as they were a year ago. Let's go to the top of the third. Christian Stewart at the plate, and he takes this pitch from Josh Lindblom to deep right field, and it is gone. Tigers take an early 1-0 lead. Now we're going to go to the top of the sixth. Tigers now have a 4-0 lead, and this one doesn't help. Victor Reyes with a 2-run shot to right field. A tough way to start your MLB career for Justin Topa. Tigers lead 6-0. The Brewers would strike back in the sixth, though. Christian Yelich is going to hit an absolute bomb here to deep right field. Makes it to the second deck, but the Brewers just didn't have it tonight. It even got uglier late. They dropped this one 12-1, the final. Now, we've seen this movie before. Bucks lose Game 1 of the Eastern Conference semifinals to the Miami Heat, just like last round against the Orlando Magic. But will it have the same ending as the last round? The Bucks were able to win their next 4 games against the Magic, but the Heat are a different animal. Miami's had success against Milwaukee, winning 3 of the 4 games that the two teams have played this year. But for the Bucks, they feel like they have a good shot if they can contain Jimmy Butler.
You get some tough shots, so you have to credit that. We have some great defense, but I mean, it's not all one-on-one. We're a team defensive team, just like they are. They won't let some of our guys play one-on-one. We got to find ways to not let him or some of the other guys play one-on-one. We got to make them play within the team defense.
Giannis and company will take on the Heat on Wednesday at 5:30. There are only 12 days left until the Packers kick off their season against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to say it again. Only 12 days. It's been an unreal offseason for Green Bay due to everything that's been going on, from COVID-19 to the police shooting in Kenosha. But head coach Matt LaFleur says that even with all the distractions, the team's energy level and focus has been spot on.
We got to continue that and make sure that after you come off from basically 2 days without practice, that you don't take any steps backwards, that you keep moving forward and you're stacking these days upon days and get your mind right for an opponent that's coming up here in less than 2 weeks.
With no preseason games this year, the Packers will continue to scrimmage against one another, but they'll be excited to finally hit someone else on September 13th in Minneapolis. Justin?
Well, back to school, it is also back to books for many students. We'll show you how folks in Rhinelandia are trying to make it a little easier for kids to get back into reading after the break.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Coyote 93.7.
She's got 2 kids and 2 jobs, but tonight she may not make it home. Every woman has a right to self-defense, a gun for protection. But Joe Biden would take her rights away. For decades, Joe Biden has opposed your gun rights. Now Biden wants to cut police funding. In this election, self-defense is on the line. Defend your family. Defeat Joe Biden. The NRA Victory Fund Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
It's the final days of the Ford Summer Sales Event. Time's running out to buy America's best-selling brand with our best deals of the summer. Get great offers across the Ford lineup. Shop online or in person. But hurry while selection is best. The Ford Summer Sales Event ends September 7th. Choose FlexBuy and get Fusion with 0% financing for 66 months plus $3,000 bonus cash, or lease one for just $199.
Have you ever looked up how much of an appliance is made in the U.S.? At Maher Water Corporation, we use systems that are 90% made in the U.S. In fact, over 80% of the unit is made right here in the Midwest, and 75% of the entire unit is made right here in our beautiful state of Wisconsin. Combining the local made product with a local family company means money spent here stays here. So call us today to meet our Wisconsin made family.
Are you worried about going away to college this fall? What if you could get the same college experience closer to home? From the moment you step onto our campus to begin your bachelor's degree, we'll be there for you, supporting your dreams and saving you money. With NTC's new liberal arts transfer degree, you can start here and go anywhere, including a guaranteed transfer to UW-Madison. North Central Technical College. We're ready when you are.
Hi, my name is Betty. I had taken a fall in November and, unbeknownst to me, got a horrible whiplash. Dr. Scher was the first one to tell me, well, you know, Betty, you've got 2 bulging discs and a pinched nerve. So I signed up with Dr. Scher. It worked. It worked. I mean, I now have full range of motion. It was life-changing. I don't have any pain.
Are you suffering with back or neck pain and considering the possibility of surgery? At the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau, we incorporate the latest technologies, including high-intensity laser therapy that provides the highest success rates in helping people just like you avoid back and neck surgery. With our treatments, there are no drugs and no surgery. Just relief. Call today for a free spinal disc severity consultation and see if our treatments are right for you. Call 715-203-4392 or visit us at spinalaid.com. Start living your life pain-free.
As students get back to school, many are also getting back to books the first time in a while. The Rhinelander District Library's Friends of the Library held an event today to try to get kids involved with reading in a way that won't hurt your wallet. Newswatch 12's Sierra Whaley has details.
Kids are back in school and nothing looks the same. During the pandemic, the engagement in reading has lowered because of screen time. Library Director Virginia Roberts says in order to keep the youth engaged in reading, the key is to be creative.
School pretty much ended abruptly. A lot of online school took place, and reading isn't always every kid's best thing. It is important to keep them reading, keep them engaged in some sort of learning, even if it's not reading. It could be crafting, building things. Sometimes even video gaming or board gaming can keep their minds engaged on reading.
Roberts understands it's hard for the youth to get into reading again, especially during this time.
It's very hard on kids. This is not a normal situation. So normal things like reading, it's hard to concentrate.
And one thing Roberts emphasizes is that we have to make sure the kids know that we're all in this together. Maybe you take a chapter and they take a chapter. If we create a fun environment when it comes to reading time, it won't be so much of a challenge. Teen librarian Alicia Sheffer says parents have a major role in youth reading, and working together can expand both the parent and child's desire to read.
I think it's great for teens to have their parents interested in what they're reading, and then parents too can also help them navigate some of these tougher topics that they'll come across. So I think it's a great way to enjoy the book together, enjoy each other's company, and actually take part in each other's hobbies.
So the library provides comfort in the fact that we are all trying to hold on to normalcy. Pandemic or not, reading hasn't gone anywhere. And with this new chapter we are all beginning, it's okay to take it one page at a time. In Rhinelander, Sierra Whaley, Newswatch 12.
Don't lose sleep by choosing a mattress from just any store. Instead, visit the experts at your one-stop sleep shop. Hi, I'm Kristen from Sleep Central. We're the only store in the Northwoods to carry all of the name brands, like Beautyrest, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and Serta, and all are ready for immediate delivery. We guarantee you'll find the perfect mattress at the perfect price. We also have a huge selection of bedding, futons, and accessories. We know how important sleep is, so stop on by and sleep better today. Sleep Central in Minocqua. Better sleep, pain-free, that's our promise.
Forest, Oneida, and Vilas counties establish permanent drop-off locations for residents to dispose of unused medications. Unused prescriptions can create public health and safety concerns. If you are looking for an opportunity to dispose of unused medications, please visit one of the established permanent drop-box locations in your community. For more information, contact your local law enforcement department or the Marshfield Clinic Pharmacy in Minocqua. This information is brought to you by the Human Service Center of Forest, Oneida, and Vilas counties.
Yeah, well, look what I did this weekend, huh?
Your weekends brought to you by American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano and Evinrude Motors. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Check them out in the largest showroom in the USA. Buy or trade into a new boat and get out on the water today, and we'll give you the best deal, guaranteed by at least $500. Get the most out of your weekends with Evinrude Motors and American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
Carpet City.
Carpet City Flooring Center has changed the way you shop for flooring with FloorView, a revolutionary visualizer that allows you to see new flooring installed in your rooms before you buy. Shop from the comfort of your own home or bring digital images to a local Carpet City Flooring Center. Feel confident knowing you're making the perfect choice. With FloorView, only at Carpet City Flooring Center.
Our prices will floor you.
Protect your investment with Rust Solutions underbody rust proofing for vehicles, trailers, and dump trucks. Family owned and run, we treat your vehicle like it's our own.
Huge online auction includes 500 firearms, collector boats, restored cars, antiques, ammo, gas pumps, clocks, tools, and much more. Contact Brass and St. Louis Auctions for more details.
Now, excuse me, Harvey. I've got to go kick some butt.
Everyone's a winner with Antenna TV.
Hi, I'm Jenna with Miracle Ear of Park Falls and Medford. If you are struggling to hear your favorite news and entertainment shows, come and see me for your free hearing test.
Jeff, it feels like we did a rather abrupt change from summer to fall here.
Doesn't it feel different? There's a crispness in the air, right?
Busted out a sweater today and went outside.
Almost like get the pumpkins ready to go. And we have cooler temperatures on the way. We could spend much, if not all of next week, in the 50s for highs.
That will be a change.
With a few lows in the 30s, that's going to feel different than out there today.
Yep.
Let's go outside now, check on the radar. A couple of sprinkles and a few clouds left over, basically departing from west to east this evening. We'll have partly cloudy skies throughout the day tomorrow, but then increasing clouds tomorrow evening. Temperatures are doing better than yesterday because we had lows last night down near 40. Tonight down near 50, already in the mid, even upper 50s in a few spots out there now. It'll drop slowly with the cloud cover out there currently. But then take a look at this. So tomorrow, fantastic, right?
Yeah,
a couple of rain showers late tomorrow night in the early parts of Thursday. Dry out by noon Thursday. Friday looks fantastic. And then there's the weekend. Next week looks cool with highs in the 50s.
Enjoy that weekend while you can, too. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 10. The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon is next. Have a great